Thank you, Madam President, to explain my vote. So people might think she already spent 3 hours on the floor here explaining her vote. You know, I was listening to everyone, and I was thinking about the big picture. So this is my 19th year in the New York State Senate. And I come into this chamber, and I'm always taken by the beauty of it and the history of this building and the history of the state. And what is it about New York? It's about great leaders who think boldly about the future and are willing to say, it's not working. We got off kilter somewhere. We have to reboot, using 21st century language. And I've been waiting for a reboot, I think all 19 years that I've been here. And we've had some great successes just in the last couple of years. But I listened to my colleagues from the other side of the aisle saying why we can't do this. But then they list out all the programs and services that their communities need and how frustrated they are that they can't get them taken care of. And I understand that because I think everyone here has that feeling about the community they represent. But when they're asked to imagine that you would have an adequately funded state budget so that you could cover the costs of these services and programs and not be which part of the baby are we saving, which part of the baby are we not saving this year. If you imagine that we could actually have a state that made the true level of investment in its own people, in its own infrastructure, in its own future, you can see a different state for everybody. And some people have talked so articulately about the injustice of the inequity of income in the state. And it's more real here than anywhere in this whole country is being asked to confront that question. And I hope Washington does soon. But we're here in New York, and we need to take responsibility for our future and our people. And I have no question. People keep saying, you just can't keep taxing people. Well, that's true. And some people's proposals went so much farther than what we've done today, and we didn't do that. But when I hear my colleagues say the taxes is going to fall on everyone, don't forget, I think, every person in American politics is taught never raise a tax, it'll be the undoing of you. It's not true. It's never actually been true. But if you're underfunding the fundamentals of your society, first off, you're paying a lot more for all the problems that are created when you underfund what needs to be funded. So don't have the illusion you're saving money by not investing. And second, you're supposed to lead because you asked people to vote for you, and you asked people to give you the power to make really tough decisions like what our tax rates are going to be and what the laws are and how long we might have to go to jail for. And I'm telling you that this state, if it's going to have the great future that it used to talk about having in the past, has to wake up and think it through differently. So I know people are scared about calling for a significant raise in taxes, but again, it's on the wealthiest New Yorker, and it's not a punishment. It's a cry for help. You've done great, you're doing great. We need your help because we want everybody to do well. And if you invest in us, we're going to be there and be the state you want us to be, and that's why you're going to stay. And for all the many people who know history better than me and have typed into me now that when Senator Tedesco earlier said they're all fleeing New York, they're pointing out actually we had 1 million more people today than we did in 1970. So they didn't all flee. We have growing population. There's other reasons that other states have more Congress people. So they didn't flee. And we don't want them to flee. And we have more millionaires now than ever before also, and billionaires actually. And what we're asking of them is not so unreasonable and is not going to mean that my district is emptied the day we vote for this bill in real. It's because today's a one-house budget bill. And I hope that more of them will come out and speak and say, you know, Liz, you're right. I mean, I'll tell you, one constituent said to me, you expect me to complain if you raise my taxes? I live in the greatest city of the world, in the greatest country of the world, and I'm rich. I have no right to complain. And I was like, I wish all my constituents were like that. But that's really what we're saying. You know, some of you are doing fabulously, even in a pandemic economic crash period, but we all need a little help being pulled up. And when you pull us all up, it's better for everyone. So I proudly vote yes, Madam President. Thank you.